WCIT, the NASSCOM India Leadership Forum. The entire event is progressing really smoothly. Delighted with the way it's shaping up. I hope all of you delegates enjoyed your dinner last night at Chowmala. Hope so. Yeah. In fact, I've been telling all the NASSCOM guys that there is an India outside of Bombay, and you should start looking at it very seriously. Especially, good pockets like Hyderabad, and you should possibly make Hyderabad your home for all other events, that you want to do outside of Bombay. I know it's a long flight, but still, just a 1-hour flight, by the way. In my opening address on the first day, I had said something which I would want to allude to. Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana is always reminding us in the government, myself, Jayesh, of course our friend, philosopher and guide, Mr. Mohan Reddy, to all the industry champions here, that in an emerging country like India, in a developing country like India, any kind of technology that we talk about, we could be talking about Hyperloop, we could be talking about geospatial technologies, we could be talking about AI, we could be talking about robotics, we could be talking about data sciences. A lot of cool things to talk about, a lot of cool things to look forward to. A lot of emerging technologies which are extremely nascent in their early infancy, but which really have a huge potential to change the world. But the fact of the matter is, in a country like India, unless they have a resonance, they have a relevance to the social context, to what can be changed and how a common man on the ground can be impacted, all of these will remain on a good piece of paper or in a conference, and ultimately will not have a larger societal impact. And without that, there is no point, it really becomes futile. The point I'm trying to make is, I'm also a firm believer in what I think Abraham Maslow had said at one point, on the hierarchy of needs, I think, which was alluded to by Mr. Mohan Reddy and also Shrikant. In the hierarchy of needs, Maslow portrays human needs in the shape of a pyramid, with the largest, most fundamental needs at the bottom, and actually the need for self-actualization and self-transcendence at the top. Right at the bottom of this pyramid lies the physiological needs of human beings, such as food, water, shelter, etc., and safety needs such as personal and financial security, health, and so on. There are an estimated 4.5 billion people across the world at the bottom of this pyramid, at the base of this pyramid, whose physiological and safety needs are not completely satisfied. This is the majority of the world, let me remind you. Out of the 7.3, 4.5 billion actually are at the base of this pyramid. And I strongly believe that technology can help this 4.5 billion to definitely transcend, move up the ladder, move up the pyramid in a much more rapid fashion if we apply our thoughts, if we apply our collective intellect together. There are numerous challenges in doing so, that in ensuring that the bottom of this pyramid needs are met, and technology, as I have pointed out, can revolutionize or can help in ensuring that these needs are met. Let me give you an example though. In the fight against food scarcity and undernourishment, researchers in Finland, this might sound a little odd, completely, they might even throw you off the chair that you're sitting on. Researchers in Finland have discovered that you could create food from electricity. I don't know how many of you are aware of this. I wasn't till somebody pointed it out. They have created a machine that runs on renewable energy to produce nutritious single-cell proteins. The system is deployable in a variety of environments, hostile to traditional agriculture, and future iterations might actually be able to produce food anywhere. We have our soldiers, Indian soldiers, guarding our frontiers in Siachen, in those really hostile environments. We could have, this technology deploy there, and we could have them raise, the kind of food they want right there. Or we could even have the most famine-stricken, drought-prone deserts, or even in space, could leverage this technology and come out with something truly unique. Technologies such as these, coupled with innovations in the energy space, have the potential to erase food scarcity from the face of the planet. Now, this is something that's real. I'm not dreaming, I'm not talking out of thin air, I'm not even imagining, I'm not hallucinating. This is very much a real possibility, and very much within the realm of our thinking, our intellect. But apart from these cutting-edge technologies, very futuristic technologies and futuristic world situations where we can solve all the world problems, I think incremental innovations, innovations which are by nature, by definition, more palpable, more understandable, more easy to consume, can also drive a large social impact. And governments, such as the government of Telangana, government of India, can certainly also leverage incremental innovations to solve a few of the problems, few of the challenges that we encounter. For example, in education, in the space of education, which Mr. Mohan Reddy spoke about so very passionately. We in Telangana have started a large school digitization program covering about 3,000 schools. We call this TS Class. Children in the remotest of villages now benefit from the best digital content, ensuring uniform quality of education is provided across the state. This is transmitted through satellite or internet based on individual circumstances of the schools. Now, coupling this with T-Fiber. In fact, many of you may have seen the technology demonstration network that we have set up in the hall next door, the T-Fiber technology demonstration network, where we have brought together 4 villages, which are, I think, an hour away from here. We have connected the homes there, we've connected the primary healthcare center, we've connected the school, we've connected the village panchayat. And I believe by the end of this year, once the 10 million homes in Telangana are completely wired by a 15 Mbps broadband connection, and where all these institutions, the panchayat, the PHC, and also the school are also equipped with 1 Gbps connection, it is going to be a game changer. Because a country like India does not have the luxury to leapfrog. We cannot be called a third world country forever. We do not want to be called a third world country forever. We need to have the aspiration to not leapfrog, but pole vault. We literally have to pole vault into the first world. We literally have to challenge the first world in terms of how quickly we can learn, how quickly we can imbibe, and how we can leverage technologies to bridge that gap extremely quickly. We do not have the luxury, like I said, of leapfrogging. Imagine the possibilities when you have a 1 Gbps connected Gram Panchayat. You can talk about micro-insurance. You can talk about ultra-banking. You can talk about doing away with a lot of redundant stuff that governments in both the state and center do today, and remove all layers of inefficiency. In fact, the other day, Honorable Prime Minister spoke about how he saved nearly $9 billion by combining the Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. It is just the tip of the iceberg. What can be achieved by way of connectivity, what can be achieved by pulling out individual discretion from governance is something humongous that has to be explored, and we are only limited by our imagination. In healthcare, I'm delighted to share with you, we are among the first states in India to not only introduce telemedicine, but also IoT-based remote healthcare solutions to villages which do not have currently access to qualified doctors within 50 kilometers of their radius. Now, this has been a huge challenge, providing urban amenities. Why do people urbanize? In search of better livelihood opportunities, in search of better medical opportunities, medical facilities, in search of better educational facilities, in search of just better quality of living. Now, if you're able to provide, with technology, good healthcare right in the villages, good education opportunities right in the villages, why would anybody have to move? Why would anybody have to move far away from their homes and live hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away from their home? Now, this is what technology can help you bridge. And I'm delighted also to share with you, not just IoT-based healthcare or telemedicine. We in Telangana also have started doing something which I believe is going to be a path-breaking thing, along with, in a partnership with Microsoft. We started screening, and of course, LV Prasad Eye Institute, the wonderful institute mentioned by Mr. Mohan Reddy, and also other renowned medical colleges, both government and private. We started screening children through an AI platform, AI solution, wherein, and Microsoft is our partner in this, wherein we can figure out any disorder in their eyes that they can develop in future. We are able to detect this. Preventable blindness is a huge thing in India. And if you're able to detect early, if a child is going to develop this disorder, I think we would essentially be able to contain preventable blindness. Also in agriculture, in fact, I spoke about it yesterday. Devjani was there, and we had Chandrasekhar ji and others when we actually collaborated on the Center of Excellence for Data Sciences and AI. AI can be a potential game changer even for agriculture. If we are able to combine artificial intelligence and machine learning and couple this with predictive analytics, we could provide amazing solutions to our farmers. We could tell them what is the pest that is infecting their crop. They don't have to run to a scientist. They don't have to run to an agriculture extension officer. They should be able to leverage technology, take a picture from their smartphone, send it to a specific number or email, and get a solution right then and there within a matter of few seconds. And the results, that incremental innovation in these basic sciences, basic fields, education, health, agriculture, which are extremely important to the context of India, are something that are only truly outstanding. It might sound to you like I'm being extremely unconventional in asking the private sector to look at a business opportunity in this space, in social innovation, rural innovation. The fact of the matter is, social and rural innovation also pays, and pays rich dividends. It has a great return on investment linked to it. I'm not asking you to do charity. That's the last thing I would want private sector to do. Of course, I want you to do CSR and do a bunch of other things and work with my government pro bono on all the things that you want to do. I would want to be the pilot, and Telangana can help you, as long as you're not charging me a dime. But I would also appeal to you and urge you to look at the possibility of investing in these two sectors, because they also pay you well, and they're also going to get you rich dividends, and it's a huge business opportunity as well. Because as long as you're able to find the right technology and the right fit, it is going to really pay you off. I'm sure not just the government of Telangana, but governments across the world would lap it up, would love to get these technologies, and would love to really make sure that their citizens get those huge value adds from these incremental innovations that we're talking about. I'd like to conclude by saying that technology has a potential to make significant social impact, as we have seen numerous times in the past, and I believe that it will continue to do so. But lastly, I would say this. There's always been a huge disconnect between the three important entities in our society: government, private sector, and the individuals that form the core of the society, the people that are at the bottom of the pyramid. The one thing I believe in strongly is that a lot of people tell me when they deal with government of Telangana that we actually think like a corporate, we actually work like a private sector, which we do, and we take pride in that. We call our state a startup state. We take a lot of pride in thinking in a very agile fashion. Myself, Jayesh, my entire team, and also our Honorable Chief Minister and our entire cabinet and entire administration does work like a corporate in a very, very professional manner. But I think time has come for also private sector to start thinking a bit like government. I'm not saying that you should get caught up in red tape and things like that. I'm saying you should also have a social angle to what you do. I'm saying you should start thinking about the welfare of the milieu, welfare of the local ecosystem, the country that we live in, the technologies and how they can be put to effective use. And only when a government is able to think like private sector, and only when a private sector also starts thinking by putting on the hat of social reform and social innovation and social change, and combine that by inspiring confidence in the individuals that form, like I said, either the bottom of the pyramid or the core of the society, then we would have a tripartite conversation, a seamless conversation, which will most certainly help us change the society with good technological disruptions and good technological interventions. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I wish NASSCOM all the very best.
Vaartha Vaani న్యూస్ ఛానల్ ఎప్పటికప్పుడు రాజకీయ, సినీ విశేషాలు, స్పోర్ట్స్ మరియు సాంకేతిక పరమైన మరెన్నో విషయాలను మన ముందుకు తెస్తుంది. మరింత సమాచారం కొరకు వార్తా వాణి న్యూస్ ఛానల్ ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి.